Expeditions on the Lay today, laid off. Yes, and today's walk is 2.57 miles and it should take 1 hour 9 minutes. Probably the shortest walk on my mission to walk across Somerset and the Energy Line. And today's walk takes me from Stoke St Gregory to North Curry. And I'll be walking mostly on the St Mary line and I'll be having a look if there's anything in between. Who knows? I'm going that way. And today I want to explore tuning into the earth. So I want to focus a bit more on resonant grounding. I feel like it has been missing a little bit, and I was trying to think about what that is. Is it the mind being blocked? Interestingly enough, an astronomer's just released a paper today about a network of artifacts about 40,000 kilometres in the Earth's atmosphere that was detected in 1952. I wonder if that was a network of suppression. We're actually replicating that today with Elon Musk's Starlink, a network of low orbital satellites feeding you information. And what is that information? Is it real? I think when you look on social media now, you can see with a lot of the AI and videos and things, little stories, who knows what to believe? Maybe that's part of the problem. We're spending far too much time tapping in to the wrong type of energy. Food for thought. So perhaps today, this is a bit of a recalibration. Tuning out, less noise, listening to your inner self and the world around you, I suppose. So perhaps it means less noise, no alerts, and actually no scrolling, just the earth. Now there's a challenge. Well, we'll give it a go anyway. That's the idea. Whether it translates, no idea. I'm talking absolute bullshit. I may have mentioned this in the last walk. This area is synonymous with willow weaving. I've just looked on OS Maps. There is a visitor centre just up ahead. So I may just pop in and have a look at some willow weaving. What would you be doing that for, Dennis? Well, perhaps there may be some geometric shapes that are connected to an energy line. You think a bit more out the box with these walks. Like I say, tuning in and switching on is nothing to do with scrolling or using your phone for any old shite. English Willow. Quite an extensive place. Well, that was absolutely fascinating. Forget about the willow. Go to the model restoration place there and have a look at some of the models they've got under restoration. More lucrative than you might think. There's a lot of money in it, a lot of research, and what a way to spend a day. Quietly listening to classical music, restoring lots of models. Marvellous. more or less made it to North Curry, and I can now have got a beautiful view of the church. And I was going to have my resonant grounding in the church, but it's got to the point now where people are looking at me when I'm obviously sat still having some resonant grounding in a graveyard. It's not, it's just a little bit uncomfortable. So what I've worked out is, in the field over here, I'm going to walk to the left and find and douse the St Mary line and set up a little picnic area, because I've got a cheese scone, and then do some resonant grounding away from the church. I'll still go to the church, that's where I'll finish. I think that's why I'm going to go off-piste. Let's find the St Mary line. Absolutely beautiful area. Oh, the bells are sounding. It means I spent far too long in that model shop talking to the guy there. I think it's 45 minutes I need to deduct. When is a tree dead and not dead? It looks pretty dead, but it's full of apples. I don't like apples. Cox. Okay, so now on this line of the field here should be the St Mary line, and just coming into view is the church. So if I douse this area, I should find, hopefully, the line, and that's where I'll have my resonant grounding. Again, a gorgeous view. Let's give it a go. As always, I always start up in the wrong place. So I was dowsing over there, and actually it's not, it's a bit more this way. And this time I actually found the outside, the middle and the other side. We'll see if we can do it again. So the rod will go outwards for the edge of the line, inwards for the middle, and outwards again. That's just how it works. Here goes. So there, the outside of the St Mary line. Reset, find me the middle. There, middle. Find me the other side of the St Mary line. Straight away, it's there. And that is where I'll do my resonant grounding for today. So I mentioned earlier about the finding of objects around the Earth. It proposes that transient astronomical events, things that blink to view and then vanish, might be signs of a non-human intelligence communicating via unknown networks. But using these signals, the Earth itself is part of the circuitry. Interesting theory. Transient luminous events could be artificial and part of a monitoring network. Now, what does that mean? It has to do with a field in Somerset. Well, maybe nothing, or maybe everything. Because if you're being tuned in and present and grounded, it makes you more able to notice the signal amongst the noise. So I am sat in the middle of nowhere and no one else around. This would be a good place to do resonant grounding. But first, I'm going to make the decision to get rid of all the social media apps. And I'm now going to tune out for the rest of my journey. I'm going to move away from spending any time taking information from social media. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to do it. The apps are there. I'm going to get rid of them. Oh, here goes. Can't even see it. So resonant grounding isn't just about walking barefoot or hugging trees. I mean, if I hugged that tree down there with the apples on it, I mean, is it alive or dead? It's about really tuning into the Earth's natural frequency. 7.83 hertz, which is the human resonance. So I believe that your brain, when you meditate or when you're doing resonant grounding, should really drop into that frequency range, and really you become attuned to the earth, like a tuning fork.
We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
So here we are. So I finished the walk, 3.94 miles. How the hell has that happened? And I did it in 1 hour 56, minus 45 minutes for talking to the chap in the Model Restoration Museum. Yeah, so about on time, about an hour. So this is the Church of St Peter and St Paul. A very nice looking church. North Curry, Church of St Peter and St Paul, 14th century stone, built on even older energy. Churches like this were always built on a high frequency, it's thought. Why? Because people probably felt there was something here. There is also suggestion that there might be a node here. It might be something to do with the water that flows underneath. Norman architecture with Saxon roots. Churchyard reported strange bird migrations that align with magnetic fluctuations. Haven't seen any birds. Noises. There's a good chance that the St Mary line goes right under the centre. Here. Let's just have a look. If it is a node. Slightly off. It's doing its own thing. One of these rods is doing its own thing. What's down there? I'll go outside. Once again though, places of worship. Makes sense, doesn't it really? Yeah, the line moves off out there. And on that note, I'll see you next time. Ooh, what are you looking at? Maybe we are being watched from above.